What's up, guys? Charlie DeCirco here from the Action Network, breaking down my favorite best bets of the East region here in the NCAA tournament. The best season is upon us. We're going to start out with Morehead State, plus 12 against Illinois. Maybe a little bit sprinkle on the money line at plus 575 as well. Look, this Morehead State team has all the recipes to get an upset win over Illinois here. You look at Illinois. Their defense does not force turnovers. They're actually 360th, one of the worst teams in the entire country at forcing turnovers. Their defense, right around that 100 mark in terms of efficiency. They're outside the top 200 in defending the three, and that's going to be a problem against Morehead State. Morehead State has multiple high-level scorers. They have Jordan Lathan and Khalil Thomas on the outside, both 40% three-point shooters and microwave scorers that can take over a game in an instant. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Riley Minix, the Prince Charming to this Cinderella team. He's a do-it-all scorer, leads the team in points, leads the team in reboundings, has scored 20-plus points in 14 of the last 16, and can stretch the floor as well. It's very hard to guard Minix, and Morehead State, they operate a lot in the pick and roll, can kind of find their matchup they see fit with Minix, and if not, and Illinois puts two guys on him in the double team in that pick and roll, Lathan, Thomas, they have more than capable shooters to make Illinois pay. And the Eagles, they're a very slow-paced team. When it comes to tempo, they're right around the mid-300s in adjusted tempo. They're kind of like St. Mary's, where you want to back them as underdogs. They're a very favorable Cinderella team because they put the game to a chokehold. And if they're able to establish a lead, and late in the game, Illinois is relying on their shot makers of Terrence Shannon Jr. and Marcus Domas to make something happen, it's going to be an over-reliance on them making difficult shots against a Morehead State defense that is above average, ranks top 10 in both out of the half court and around the rim. So give me the Eagles here to cover this large spread. I expect a down to the wire game and maybe even an upset for 14 versus 3. And a reminder that these picks are presented by Bet365. Bet365 doesn't do ordinary. That's why you get more boosts with them than with anyone else. Every day they power up the odds on hundreds of bets to give you a chance to win more. Bet365 boosts specific markets, your winnings, and even parlays, and they don't stop there. Keep an eye out for their biggest and best odds with the incredible Super Boost. Check out the boost and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only or 18 plus in Kentucky and present in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in Colorado, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, New Jersey, Ohio, and Virginia, or 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. Terms and conditions and restrictions apply. My next best bet out of the East region is going to be the Drake Bulldogs, a 10-7 upset, and I don't even know if you can call that an upset because they're favored here. You look at every metric, and it just points in favor of the Bulldogs. Over the last month, Bart Torvik has this team 41st in the country, Washington State down at 58th. And the way for Washington State to win this game is through second chance points on the offensive glass. They're an above average offensive rebounding team, but Drake, despite their lack of size, they are the number one team when it comes to defensive rebounding. They limit second chance opportunities, and that's key here against a Wazoo team that's offense is not that great, that really struggles at the free throw line and doesn't really have anything from the perimeter. So when you look at this matchup, Drake's offense, they have more shot makers. Tucker DeVries is also an efficient scorer. And across the board, they don't turn the ball over. They're top 15 in turnover rate. Washington State also doesn't force turnovers, so that's a plus. And then they're a top 50 team when it comes to three-point shooting and top 25 for two-point offense. I just see there's no way that this offense that's better and more balanced than Washington State is going to struggle here. I'm favoring the Bulldogs here. I think they should be 2 to 3 point favorites. So more than willing to get the money line here at minus 118 or lay the 1.5 points. Either or, I'm more than willing to do. I just think that this team, after losing last year in such a dramatic fashion against Miami, collapsing late, is going to come out hot. Darren DeVries and Tucker DeVries, the father-son duo, are going to get a win under their belt here. They've been slept on this entire tournament and season and only getting in because of the MVC title. Well, now it's time for them to make a name for themselves. Give me the Drake Bulldogs here. So that's my two best bets. Morehead State plus 12, Drake on the money line minus 118. And just a reminder that you should be On the lookout for Bet365's Bracket Challenge. College basketball showpiece competition takes place this month. And if you correctly predict the outcome of every game with Bet365, you will scoop a top prize of $10 million. There's also a cool $100,000 up for grabs for the player who scores the most points throughout the NCAA tournament as well. Make sure you join at Bet365 and play your bracket for free before the opening round game 1 tips off. It's never ordinary at Bet365. And just a reminder, 21 plus only or 18 plus in Kentucky, present in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, New Jersey, North Carolina, Ohio, Virginia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in Colorado, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, New Jersey, North Carolina, Ohio, Virginia, or 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. Terms and conditions and restrictions apply. That's going to be it for me. Best of luck on your NCAA tournament bets. Hopefully we all have a perfect bracket, or someone does, but go Drake, go Morehead State, and let's see some Cinderella for the making.